planned from the start. Within seconds, something was building in my toes. Warm, flushing sensations, a tingling of sparking nerve ends exploding underneath my flesh. My face felt as if it was being jabbed by nettles. I heard a sound like chirping crickets running across my mind to the earth. Although I was indoors, I sensed the feel of the earth, the dry desert soil passing through my fingers, the scent of cactus. My mind felt crowded. When I started on a thought, another one came along and clashed with it. I tried to speak to Che, but the words wouldn't come. I felt cold, as if I was being slowly submerged in ice water. My eyes poured water like a tap. No, it wasn't the eyes. I was seeing water. Everything had been made of water, and everything now was returning gracefully to its original liquid form. Satellites passed overhead, hooting like owls. Dark mountains moved, grew and shrunk, swelled and breathed. My skull shook like a violent thunderstorm. Thick plates of prominently carved bone rattled underneath my skin and blood vessels. A bright blue caterpillar flashed inside the center of my brain. Flickering monitors bleated out semi-seconds of news, squawks of sitcom laughter, and jolts of programs on war, ice cream, corruption, drugs, drug wars, tobacco industry, mobile phone, ringtones, pornography, hair-dye, gossip magazines, murder, and holidays to tropical destinations. I heard a bass drum banging deep and low. The movement of everything around molded into the drumbeat. The ground and air were shuddering. The bass drum transformed to a snare, then a cymbal, then to a crunching clatter overhead. I felt myself ducking, taking cover. Something big and heavy came down and hit me, vibrating every nerve ending in my body, rattling it like the inside of a church bell. Black Mountain shuddered, crumbled, and retreated in fear, while the ground turned into a thick green brittle rock with razor-sharp edges that glinted in the stark white light. The ground grew, filling the gaps with thick purple-grey cracked earth and rocky outcrops. Mountains glowed in the distance. A purple mist gathered overhead like a thick simmering soup. It sank, headed towards me, the booms of crackling thunder bursting my eardrums. The mist engulfed me. I lit up with a purple aura, white and violent sparks bursting from the pores in my skin. I could feel no weight, only existence. The purple force field was holding me there. I existed, held there in my purple bubble. The mist held everything together, powering all of us, expanding and threatening. Purple was the color of eternity. Without it, we were surely doomed. Suddenly Che was standing in front of me. He walked towards me holding the toad. Che's eyes were the eyes of two men, two souls, two natures. You see, you have found the answer. What color is it? Purple. My head emptied. Nothing functioned. Just an empty hole where scientists believed intelligence once existed. You were right. It's purple. Che flickered and blurred and changed into a giant in animal skins and a thick cowboy hat holding a pistol. "Damn right," he said in a Welsh accent, grinning with a face that had been around a long time. He vanished. The monitor switched off. Twisting, fornicating snakes of DNA built up a picture in seconds. Fractal mosaics, leaded windows, and Mayan and Egyptian carvings. The monitors collapsed into microchips that turned into toads, all clambering over one another, half immersed in thick blue muddy toad juice. On the ground 10 yards in front of me, toads hopped and crawled from a large round pond. Giant neon blue skulls with eye patches hovered in the distance. Deep-sea anglerfish with bulbous eyes, long bony bodies, evil fins, and large vicious self-illuminating teeth flashed vivid sunshine yellow smiles. The toads were everywhere now. I was surrounded. Their croaks, bleats, and squirts occasionally joined in unison, calling out together. There were billions of them. They all turned and looked straight at me. A deadly silence fell. Then the croak started again, a random mass pulling back to unison, a pulse that increased in pitch. I could feel it hitting my body in jolts. The toads jumped, danced, frolicked with no control, and flipped in the air like broken-boned kids, frantic on sugar drinks. "That's him! That's the one who licked a toad, who licked one of us! We'll charge him now! How shall we find him? Guilty! We find him guilty!" I had disappeared off the radar screen. Mobile phones, computers, and global positioning systems could no longer see me. I was alone in the middle of nowhere beneath exploding volcanoes, battling ancient cavemen and giant lizards with fake horns glued to their heads. I called on those forces within my being to realign and submit, to let go of all the compelling fears and just exist. I realized I had been cleaned and purified in the savage lands with which the future has not connected, and which refuses to accept the outside world. These plains of Patagonia had not been left behind. They had just wanted no part of whatever else was around. And I was now part of them.